Well, a happy December to everybody watching at home as we are live here from the Jack Manley Wellness and Athletic Center on the Catonsville campus of the Community College of Baltimore County. Where inside we have women's basketball action between the CCBC Catonsville Cardinals and the visiting Owls of Prince George's Community College. Hello, everyone. This is Isaac Donsky once again, and we've got a good one for you tonight. The top two teams in Region 20 facing off as 4-1 PG County faces 5-2 Catonsville. Catonsville this season, it's been a good one. Second in Region 20 in standings, 2-0 in division play so far. Their last game out, it was a bit of a sneaker against the College of Southern Maryland, but they pulled out a win, 72-68. Big leaders for the Cardinals and players to keep an eye on. Morgan Gauss, the star point guard from Oldfields High School, averaging 18.4 points per game, 5.4 steals per game. She's sneaky, quick with the ball, and can put up big numbers. Also keep an eye on Sydney Spence, the freshman guard from BK Law Tech, coming off the bench. She's averaging 6.6 rebounds a game, 2.9 assists per game. Always seems to have a hand in a score, no matter who it is or who it is. Meanwhile, PG County, current Region 20 leaders, 4-1 record, 2-0 in the division. Their last game, a 62-40 destruction of Brookdale Community College. The team has been led by Janiah Williams, the freshman guard from Washington, D.C., averaging 16.4 points per game, 13 rebounds per game. That's a lot of buckets and a lot of boards. Defensively, Tori Tolson has been leading the team in assists with 3 per game. Alicia Jones has been averaging 3.4 steals per game, so also keep an eye out for her. The coaches for both teams today, starting with Catonsville, it's Morris Stretch Brandon. For PG County, Devin May. We'll be back in a few minutes with the starting lineups, and we'll turn it over to the voice of the Cardinals, Mr. Richard Keller, on the PA system to introduce today's players. Stick around, folks. This one is going to be good. And quickly go over the starting lineups now that we officially have them, and we start for PG County. Here's who will be on the court first for the Owls. Freshman guard number 1, Janiah Williams from Eastern Senior High School in Washington, D.C. Freshman guard number 5, Vanessa Schwartzman from Upper Marlboro, Maryland, graduate of Largo High School. Freshman guard number 20, Alicia Jones from Bowie High School in Bowie, Maryland. Freshman guard number 22, Ramaya Yearwood from Arundel High School in Laurel, Maryland. And freshman guard number 23, Tori Tolson from Surrattsville High School in Clinton, Maryland. Meanwhile, the starters for Catonsville, a bit of a different starting lineup than usual, but here's who will be on the floor to start. Freshman guard number 0, Sydney Spence from BK Law Tech in Brooklyn, New York. Freshman shooting guard number 2, Belinda Glenn from Forest Park High School near Baltimore. Sophomore point guard number 12, Morgan Gauss out of Oldfields High School. Freshman shooting guard number 15, Amari McKnight from the National Christian Academy down in Washington, D.C. And freshman power forward number 21, Ethel Keys Kamani, making her first start of the season from Bladensburg High School. Should point out two notable new additions to the starting rotation. Spence and Kamani, usually bench players, they're getting the start here tonight. The Cardinals wearing all white tonight with red numbers. Meanwhile, the Owls will be in sky blue with navy blue numbers. Should mention that Owls head coach Devin May is actually in his very first season. An impressive resume so far, a 4-1 record in just your first year coaching the team. We now turn it over to the voice of the Cardinals, Richard Keller, to introduce the starting lineups. Well, there may not be any fans in the the arena tonight, but you can still feel the energy. It is electric as these two teams get ready to face off with a lead in Region 20 on the line. And before we begin today's game, just a quick shout out to everyone here at CCBC Catonsville and the athletic department for getting these games underway in these difficult times. As we get ready. As we get ready for this blockbuster showdown to kick off a doubleheader, be sure to check out the men's game coming up at 7 p.m. tonight between these two same teams. Williams and Glenn at mid-court to tip off. Owls win the tip-off, almost lose it immediately, and we're underway. In what is the biggest game of the season so far for Catonsville. Yearwood finds Williams, puts up a three, not enough power on it. Glenn with the rebound. Glenn quietly having a great season as a supported player, doesn't score a lot of points, but you know who does? Amari McKnight can't find the basket that time. Kamani wrestling for the rebound, and that's going to be a jump ball possession will go to the Cardinals. Spence will inbound it. Goes to Kamani. Check that, McKnight. Fighting into the paint, puts up a layup, no good. Rebound scooped up by Tori Tolson. Yearwood finds Jones. Jones to Tolson. Tolson has it stolen away by Glenn. Maybe an assist there from Gauss. Glenn rushing to the basket, puts up a shot, denied by Williams. Janiah Williams, the leading scorer for PG County, as here's Yearwood with a shot and banks it in there. First points of the game. Ramiah Yearwood puts the Owls up 2-0. Catonsville looking for a response. Spence driving to the basket, puts up a floater, got it. Sydney Spence responds, we're tied 2-2. First shot for Schwartzman, no good. Rebound picked up by Jones, and she is fouled on the way to the basket. It'll be a free throw. Alicia Jones, who's one of the better defensive players for the Owls, averaging 3.4 steals per game. She'll go to the line shooting 1. The foul, I believe, was on Spence. Jones sinks it, 5-2, 3-point lead for the Owls. Here is Gauss. Oh, that looked painful. Gauss, that was a turnover. Gauss just went down bad, and that knee bent the wrong way. She looks to be okay, kind of limping. That was scary. That was reminiscent of RG3 in that 2012 playoff game against the Seattle Seahawks. Gauss looks to be okay. That could be good. For a second there, I thought that would have been serious. Here is Yearwood. No good, but a foul is going to be called. Yearwood will shoot 2 at the basket. First one, a little too much power, popped harmlessly out of the bucket, out of the basket. And Yearwood will sink the second, making it a 4-point lead for the Owls. Catonsville needing a response. Here's Spence, some nifty work, almost had it stolen, goes out to Gauss. Owls playing man defense. That was a traveling call on Kamani, and a timeout quickly called by Catonsville. The Catonsville bench was screaming out that it's a mismatch. I believe they were pointing to who Kamani was being guarded by, but Ethel took a few too many steps. So our first timeout of the game, 7 minutes, 38 seconds to go in the first quarter. The score, PG County 6, Catonsville 2. So far, two fouls for the Cardinals, which the Owls have taken full advantage of. And a scary moment where I thought for a split second that Morgan Gauss may have torn something, but thankfully she seems to be okay. Let's hope nothing serious, but that looked ugly. Williams will carry it up court as we're back underway here in the first quarter. Williams fakes a pass, instead goes out to Schwartzman. Schwartzman will find Yearwood, who goes back to Williams, puts up a jumper and banks it in. And now it is a 6 points lead for the Owls. Glenn goes to Gauss. Gauss back to Glenn. Glenn gets a nice pick from Kamani. Can't seem to penetrate the Owls' defense. Instead goes to Spence. Wasn't ready for it. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Spence has to put something up here. Will instead go out to Gauss. 5 seconds left. 4, 3. Glenn goes to McKnight. 1 second. Puts up a shot. No good. It hit the side of the basket. Excuse me, the side of the backboard. So the Owls' defense holds firm. Back underway. Jones flips it to Schwartzman. Back to Jones. Jones over the middle to Tolson, who is fouled. That was Ethel Keys-Kamani who fouled. That's her second and of the game, the team's third so far in the first quarter, as Tori Tolson goes to the line to shoot 2. No good on the first. Second one, banks it in. And our first substitutes of the game in for Catonsville comes number 3, Tanaya Hogg, the freshman shooting guard from Flowers High School, and Cache Waters, number 1, the sophomore shooting guard from Western High School. Gauss will carry it up court, directs traffic, and finds Spence. Spence almost tries to get a pick from McKnight. Has to reconsider that. Oh, picked up by Hogg. Out to Waters. A little too much power there, but Waters gets it to Spence. Nearly has it stolen away. Spence goes to McKnight, stolen away by Williams. And Williams has it stolen away by Spence, just into Yearwood's hands. Here is Schwartzman with a 3 and a foul. Not the start that Catonsville was hoping for. They now find themselves down 10 points. As into the game for the Cardinals comes number 23, freshman small forward, Tykira Burden from Western High School. Schwartzman at the line for 1. Got it. It's an 11-point lead for the Owls here in the first quarter. Catonsville has not scored in nearly 4 minutes. Here's Waters. It's going to be an offensive foul. Another costly mistake and turnover. That was Tykira Burden who was fouled. Catonsville seems to be beating themselves at this point. That ball stolen away by Waters. Almost loses control of it, but regains control, flips it out to Gauss. Gauss carving through traffic, and she's going to be fouled. That foul was on Alicia Jones. Hogg will inbound. She'll flip it to Waters. Waters heavily defended, getting a nice pick from Hogg. Almost loses control of the ball. The ball's been slippery so far in this game. Here's Hogg, finds McKnight. McKnight charges to the basket, puts up a sky hook, no good. Gets her own rebound, puts it up again, no good there. Catonsville cannot seem to figure out a way to get the ball through the basket. But they can find a way to get a steal as McKnight gets in front, went down hard, and flips it to Gauss. Gauss with the floater. Got it, finally. Catonsville has scored points after what seemed like an eternity. It's 13-4 with just under 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Prince George's may have been in control as a great steal by Gauss. That was risky, but Hogg was there to pick it up. As I was saying, PG County has controlled this game so far, but they've given up a lot of steals as Gauss puts up a deep 3. That was very close, no good. Rebound was Tolson. Gauss almost got another steal. Jones boxed in by McKnight, flips it out to Williams. Williams trying to cut through that zone defense, finds Schwartzman going deep for three, no good. And the rebound bounced off of Tolson's hands and into Burden's hands. So Catonsville with another chance here. Gauss flips it to Waters. Waters, dicing around her opponent, puts up a shot that's no good. Turnover once again will go to the Owls. And that's going to be a travel called on Yearwood. Too many steps for Yearwood. It's the first substitution for the Owls. Into the game comes freshman guard number 10, Kelsey Valaire from Landover Hills, Maryland, graduate of Parkdale High School. Two differing defensive strategies we've noticed here. Catonsville playing their usual zone defense as Gauss is called for a travel there. The Owls, meanwhile, opting for a man defense. It seems to have worked better. They've held Catonsville to just 4 points so far in this first quarter. Williams inbounds it to Tolson. Tolson yelling out a play. Tolson goes to Valaire. Valaire out to Schwartzman. Williams is going to be called for a travel. That's the third travel in a row. Waters inbounds it to Gauss, back underway with 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Catonsville down 13-4. A 9-point deficit, not impossible to make up as Burden, tough in the paint, but misses the basket wide, and a jump ball. Possession will go to Catonsville. Hogg will inbound it. Hogg will find McKnight. McKnight fighting hard, gets knocked to the ground with a nasty block by Williams. Ball knocked out of bounds. Possession will go to the Cardinals. I'm surprised there wasn't a foul there. That was a vicious collision between those two. I guess the ref saw something different from the rest of us. Hogg will inbound it. Catonsville showing an interesting position here. Flips it out to Waters for three. No good. But McKnight's there to scoop up the rebound. That was a tough shot, and she's fouled. Janiah Williams was the culprit there, as McKnight will go to the line to try and mend the deficit for Catonsville, shooting two. McKnight makes both. 13-6 is the lead now for the Owls. Jones with a shot, no good. Valaire tried to get the rebound, nearly stolen away by McKnight, who hit the dirt again. Here's Schwartzman for three, no good. Rebound, Catonsville, Burden got it. Check that, it'll be a jump ball. Possession will stick with PG County. Good hustle there by Tykira Burden to try and get that ball. Schwartzman, stolen away by Gauss. That's what she does best. Gauss finds Waters. Got one person to beat, but got it! With a swish, Cache Waters finishes for the Cardinals. And the deficit is now just 5 points, believe it or not. It was 11 at one point. Tolson goes to Valaire. Valaire under pressure. Ball stolen away again. Who else? Morgan Gauss. Hogg Deep three, but it's not going to count. Hogg took one too many steps. That's another travel and a timeout called by PG County. With 1:32 seconds to go here in the first quarter, the score 13-8 in favor of the Owls. They had jumped out to an 11-point lead, and suddenly the deficit is 5 as Catonsville has come roaring back thanks to some solid defensive work and a couple of clutch free throws by Amari McKnight. Back underway, Tolson with the ball, goes to Schwartzman, swiped at by Waters. Boy, this Catonsville team is really good at getting a finger on the ball. As Gauss just shows there by almost knocking it out, and that's going to be a foul called against McKnight. So Tori Tolson to the line, shooting 2. Tolson sinks the first, making it a 6-point lead for the Owls. No good on the second. Burden grabs the rebound. And now Catonsville looking to respond as we've reached a minute to go here. Hogg under pressure finds Waters. Waters goes to McKnight. McKnight deadly in the paint, puts up a skyhook, no good. Burden steals it away, but will be fouled. So tantalizingly close to going in for Takira Burden. Burden doesn't score a lot, but she shows a toughness that is not often reciprocated by her opponents, and you can see the results. Always fighting for the ball in the paint. To the line for 2 is Burden. No luck on the first. Don't get discouraged, though. There's always a second chance. And just like that, the second chance provides fruitful. Burden scores, making it 14-9, is now entering the game for the Owls is Yearwood. Ramaya Yearwood. Yearwood goes to Tolson. Tolson thought about putting up a 3, had to think better. Hogs all over. That pass to Schwartzman, out of bounds. So now it's Prince George's County who's making the costly mistakes, and Catonsville taking advantage. Here's Burden. McKnight puts up a shot, no good. Burden with the rebound, no good. Gets her own rebound, puts up another shot, no good. McKnight tries to get it, stolen away. And I believe, yes, kicked out of bounds. Possession will go to the Cardinals. With 28.6 seconds to go, Catonsville can lower their deficit down even more as they trail 14-9. Hogg will inbound. Goes to Gauss in the corner. Gauss has it stolen away by Jones, but a foul was called. And that's going to be on Gauss. Into the game now for the Cardinals comes freshman point guard number 11, Nicaea Marshall, making her first appearance of the night as she replaces Morgan Gauss. Jones banks in the first. No luck on the second. With 20 seconds left, Waters goes down, is going to be called for traveling. That has been a constant theme throughout this first quarter, traveling by both teams. Here is Yearwood with the ball. Double teams. Goes to Schwartzman. Schwartzman back to Yearwood. Boy, that Catonsville defense is playing suffocating basketball right now. No luck on the shot, and that'll be the end of the first quarter. The score 15-9 in favor of the Owls. Quick look at the first quarter stats for both teams. For the Owls, Schwartzman and Jones tied at 4 points each. Leading rebounder for the team has been Tori Tolson with 4. Leading assists, nobody. 0 assists so far. Meanwhile, for Catonsville, leading scorer after 1. It's a 4-way tie between Spence, Waters, Gauss, and McKnight, each with 2. Leading rebounder has been Tykira Burden with 5 so far. Leading assister, Gauss with 1. And then the penalty department, Spence and Kamani with 2 fouls each. Janiah Williams with 2 for the Owls as we get ready to start the second quarter here. In a game that has been mostly dominated by the Owls, but Catonsville has been playing tough, showing that they're not going down without a fight if that is their fate. On the floor for Catonsville to start the second quarter, Waters, McKnight, Hogg, Burden, and Gauss. On the floor for the Owls, as we apologize for that. Our camera being blocked there for a second. Ball knocked out of bounds. McKnight puts up a shot, no good. Rebound, Hogg. Something you don't see that often. Sanaya Hogg, great supported player, doesn't score that often, but there you go. First points of the game for Hogg, that's 2. Valaire, no good on the 3. Rebound to Waters. Waters has to get dicey there. Goes to Gauss. Back out to Waters. Waters over the middle. Burden was there to save that. Finds Hogg for 3. No good. Hogg gets her own rebound and passes it right to Yearwood, who has it nearly swept away by Waters. Here's Schwartzman for 3. No good. And Gauss came screeching in there to scoop up that rebound. Gauss going to drive to the basket, puts up a shot, got it! Morgan Gauss getting creative out there with the basketball. And it's a 2-point game. 15-13 in favor of the Owls. Valaire for 3. Way off target, bounces off the side of the backboard. As into the game for the Cardinals comes Belinda Glenn. Into the game for the Owls comes Janiah Williams. We apologize earlier, folks, for that one person walking in front of our camera. We do have a strict policy, and we don't want anyone not on the court getting in front of the camera. Back underway. Waters flips it to McKnight. McKnight puts up a shot. Tie game! 15-15. And Catonsville showing that toughness that has been a part of this team all season. As the lead goes back to the Owls, just as I say that, as Tolson puts up a shot. This game has gotten frantic. Now this is the back and forth that we were promised in the pregame. Catonsville showing that toughness that they've shown all season. Here's McKnight, the hero of the last 2 games. Puts up a shot, no good. Yearwood with the rebound. Gauss was right there, and that's going to... No luck there. Gauss kicked it out of bounds. Williams inbounds it to Yearwood and now puts up a shot. No good. Scrum for the ball. The ball just rolled out of bounds, so they're going to give possession to the Cardinals. Sidney Spence entering the game, replacing McKnight. Should mention that the leading scorer this season for PG County, Williams, has been held to just 2 points so far, both free throws. Hogg for three. No good. Spence rushing to get the rebound. Got it. Schwartzman was there to steal it. Bit of a back and forth, and possession's going to go to PG County on that one. Schwartzman inbounds it to Williams. We're back underway. Here is Tolson for three. Got it. Excuse me, that counts as two. Gauss charges, no good. Tolson with the rebound. Nearly has it stolen away from Spence. It is stolen away, and a foul is called. An offensive foul against Tolson. I guess they're going to ding her for a charge. Check that. It was a foul against Hogg. And the referee going to break up a little jawing back and forth between Hogg and Williams, I believe. Or was that between Schwartzman and Waters? Getting a little chippy here, folks. It's a 4-point lead for the Owls, 19-15. This game has gotten a little physical here. Inbounds pass to Schwartzman, puts up a shot, no good. Rebound, Catonsville. Spence was there. And now Spence goes down, has it stolen away, flips it out to an opposing team member. Schwartzman puts up a shot, no good. Hogg tries to get the rebound, but Tolson got it instead, puts up a shot, and that's going to put up PG County 21-15. Coach Brandon calls it timeout, and he's giving his players a talking to. Throughout the game, folks, you may hear Coach Brandon and the entire bench for Catonsville yelling, steal, steal, steal. That's part of their strategy. They emphasize creating turnovers and getting the ball back. There's a reason why Catonsville gets so many steals per game. Their players, you'll notice, always swatting at the ball, trying their best to try and steal it away without drawing any fouls. They do a damn good job of it. As we mentioned earlier in pregame, Morgan Gauss averaging 5.4 steals per game. Those are big numbers. Gauss challenged by Jones. Going to drive to the basket and gets called for traveling. You got about 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Excuse me, the second quarter. Flair goes out to Jones. Jones to Tolson with the shot, no good. McKnight. McKnight flips it to Waters. Waters under attack. Goes to Hogg, wide open lane, no good. Grabs her own rebound. And one! to Nia Hogg. Will go to the line, shooting one. That foul was called against Kelsey Valaire. Hogg to make it a 3-point game with one shot. No good. Cardinals swiping to try and get a steal. No good. Williams under pressure and is fouled. That's going to be on McKnight. Tolson will inbound it. Goes deep to Valaire. Valaire over the middle back to Tolson. Puts up a jumper. Got it. The score now 23-17. Catonsville leading. Excuse me, PG County. McKnight. Jumper. Got it. That short-range jumper from Amari McKnight is deadly, folks. 23-19 the score. A 4-point lead for the Owls. PG trying to respond. Jones, no good. Ball, jump ball. Possession will go to the Owls. Little chippy there between Waters and Yearwood as they fought over the ball. I believe they were the two who are sniping at each other. As Schwartzman re-enters the game, replacing Jones. Inbounds pass goes to Williams, flips it to Schwarzman. Puts up a three, no good. PG gets the rebound. Inbounds pass stolen by McKnight. McKnight finds Hogg. Hogg to Gauss. Back out to Hogg. Feints a three. Instead, it goes to Waters. Waters will find Gauss. Puts up a three. No luck there. I should mention Belinda Glenn into the game for Catonsville. Yearwood. Shot no good. Waters with the rebound and fouled. Foul was on Tolson. As Sydney Spence re-enters the game, replacing Glenn. (23-19) the score, 4 minutes and 12 seconds to go here in the first half. Gauss will find Spence. Spence to McKnight. Drives to the basket, no luck. Spence with the rebound, turns around, puts up a shot, no good. Spence tries to steal it away. McKnight does steal it away. Ooh, and Jones goes down hard. McKnight arguing her case. Believe they're going to call a foul on her. Yep. Foul on McKnight. McKnight exits the game. Burden comes in. I think McKnight was trying to argue that Jones tripped over her. That wasn't intentional. I don't think you're going to win that argument. Williams will inbound it. We'll find Jones. Back out to Williams. Williams on the fast break. Foul called against Hogg, it looks like. Yeah, going to be called for pushing. A lot of penalties in this first half for Catonsville. Kelsey Valair exits the game as in comes Tori Tolson. Williams puts up a shot. No luck there. Spence with the rebound. That was a pretty clean move by Spence to get around Schwarzman. Gauss to Waters. Waters for three. No luck. Rebound, Yearwood. That ball tipped, stolen away by Waters. And who else was on the tip but Morgan Gauss? Waters under attack from behind. Jones knocks it away. And it's stolen away by Tolson. Tolson to Williams. Williams with the jumper, no luck. Hogg with the rebound. Schwarzman got aggressive there. Gauss puts up a floater, no luck. Burden with the rebound, got it! Tykira Burden makes it a 2-point game with 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the second quarter. Off the rebound. Schwarzman for three. No luck there. Spence knocks it away and right into the arms of Jones, who scores. And it's back to a 4-point lead. Ball there nearly stolen away by Yearwood. Jump ball, possession should go to the Cardinals, and it will. About 2 minutes to go here in the second quarter as Valair re-enters the game, replacing Schwarzman. Waters will inbound for the Cardinals. It's going to go to Spence. Spence dicing. That ball stolen away by Yearwood. Yearwood goes out to Tolson, who puts up an easy layup that extends the lead to 6 points. Ten seconds left on the shot clock. Hogg puts up a three, no good, way short. And possession back to the Owls. Yearwood carries it down court. And stolen away by Burden. Spence, layup, no good. It bounced off the bottom of the backboard. Williams out to Valair, puts up a shot, no good. Rebound Tolson. Tolson will be fouled, I believe, by Waters. Into the game now comes Ethel Keys-Kamani, the first we've seen of her since 2 early fouls in the first quarter. 2 shots for Tolson. Tolson makes the first. 28-21 the score now. No look on the second though. Burden with the rebound, flips it to Gauss. Gauss slicing through traffic. Nice shot and finish there by Morgan Gauss. Williams to Schwarzman for three. No good. Rebound Jones, partially blocked by Kamani, and the rebound goes to Waters as Jones takes a hard shot into the tower. That's going to be a foul called on Jones. Alicia Jones. 21.7 seconds to go here in the second quarter. The score 28-23 in favor of the Owls. Catonsville's been playing tough in this one and physical. Gauss. Ten seconds to go. Shot clock off. Gauss to Kamani. Kamani puts up a shot, no good. Gets the rebound, knocked to the ground. 2 seconds, 1 second. That'll do it for the first half, ladies and gentlemen. The score at halftime, 28-23. The Owls lead what has been an aggressive physical game by both teams. We'll be back in 15 minutes for the start of the second half and the first half stats. And we are now back for the start of the second half as Prince George's Community College leads CCBC Catonsville 28-23. Quick look at our first half stats, leading the way for first half stats. Catonsville shot 10 of 38 for 26.3% from field goal range. Is 0 of 6 from three-point range so far. That is where they've really hurt. 3 of 5 on free throws, 15 turnovers, 6 points off turnovers, 29 total rebounds, 17 offensive, 12 defensive, 4 assists, 0 blocks, and 9 steals. They're racking up those steals. 12 fouls for the team, however. They've had 9 points off the bench, 7 second chance points, 12 points in the paint, but no fast break points. Meanwhile, for the Owls, 28 points, 10 of 31 from field goal range, 32.3%. 1 of 12 on three-point field goals. Their outside shooters have gone cold so far. 7 of 12 on free throws. 12 turnovers, 16 points off the turnovers. That has been the key separating these two teams. 24 total rebounds, 12 offensive, 12 defensive. 1 assist, 2 blocks, 7 steals, 6 fouls. No points from the bench so far. They've had 10 second chance points and 8 points in the paint. Statistically, individually leading the way for the teams. For the Owls, Tori Tolson leads with 13 points, 8 rebounds. Leading assister has been Kelsey Valaire with 1 assist. Meanwhile, for Catonsville, their leading scorer has been Morgan Gauss and Amari McKnight, both tied with 6 points. Leading rebounder has been Tanaya Hogg and Tykira Burden, each with 5. And the leading assister has been Morgan Gauss with 3. As we get ready for the second half here of what has so far lived up to the hype of this clash of titans as Catonsville battles against PG County. The winner of this game, as I mentioned in the pregame, will take control of Region 20 standings. And these two teams do play later in the season. They actually will. These two teams will face one another again on February 12th, Saturday, in PG County. On the floor for the two teams as we begin the second half in the third quarter. For the Owls, Yearwood, Tolson, Williams, Schwartzman, and Jones. On the field, on the court for the Cardinals as Schwartzman puts up a 3 and immediately connects. On the field for the Cardinals, Kamani, Gauss, Waters, Spence, and Glenn. Gauss flips it out to Waters. From 3, no good. Rebound, Williams. A second deep 2-pointer sank in by Jones. And Coach Stretch immediately calls a timeout. It is a 10-point lead here, a minute down at the third quarter, 33-23 in favor of the Owls. One thing we didn't mention in the first half that should be mentioned now, tonight's refs managed to break up not 1 but 2 possible altercations. The first under the basket, a number of players jawing each other. The second, Catonsville's bench. There were some players getting a little vocal on the bench. The referees shutting that down, as the Cardinals will start with possession as we're back underway after that timeout. Coach Stretch looking to give his players a quick pep talk. Gauss puts up a contested shot and is fouled. No basket. Should go to the line for 2. I believe the foul was on Janiah Williams. So Gauss to the line for 2. No luck on the first one. Gauss will try for a second. Second connects, 33-24 the score now. That's a deep pass out to Schwartzman. Schwartzman loses control. It slips between the legs of Williams and is stolen away by Glenn. Waters trying to answer, no luck. Kamani with the rebound, and she's fouled. That's going to be against Yearwood. So Ethel Keys Kamani draws a foul. Catonsville will inbound it with a second chance after it looked like that breakaway. As here's a shot and a finish by Morgan Gauss. Just what the doctor ordered. Kamani standing in the way of Yearwood, blocks and steals it. How about that from Ethel Keys Kamani? Oh, she goes down. Oh, that does not look good. Waters puts up a three, no good, as Kamani is limping to the bench. That was ugly. Takira Burden coming in to replace Kamani, who got tripped up and stepped on, I believe, by 22, Yearwood. That would be a big loss to the Cardinals. Kamani, the only center-type player for Catonsville. Burden into the game now. 33-26 the score. Tolson, who is almost at a double-double. Almost goes for three. Gauss getting snappy, almost stole it away. Schwartzman finds Yearwood, loses control, flips it out to Glenn. And Schwartzman now goes down, clutching a leg in pain. Glenn puts up a floater, no good. Burden tried to snap the rebound away. Instead, Jones got it, but lost control, and Spence claims it. Spence with a short jumper, no good. Rebound Williams. Williams out to Schwartzman, wide open, no good. Waters with the rebound. Waters flips it to Spence, a floater, no good, rebound Schwartzman. Both teams have been getting some good open looks, but the shooting has gone cold. Williams flips it to Yearwood, Yearwood with a jumper, no good, Waters with the rebound. Waters flips it to Glenn. Glenn from three, no good. Well short. Jones scoops it up. Jones on an attempt to finish. There's going to be a foul called there. I believe that was on Cache Waters. Nope, Sydney Spence. Into the game for the Cardinals now. Denia Hogg and Amari McKnight, as they replace Glenn and Spence. Still waiting for an update on Kamani. As Jones to the line, shooting two. No luck on the first. On the second, banks it in. It's an 8-point lead for PG County. No luck there. Williams with the rebound. Williams. Foul is going to be called on McKnight there. as into the game for Catonsville comes freshman power forward number 10, Samisha Connor from Albana Lake Hodge Comprehensive, making her first appearance in the last 2 games for Catonsville. Williams to the line, shooting 2. No luck on the first. Second one, banked in. Catonsville looking for a quick response, down 9. Gauss. Gauss finds Hogg for 3, no good. Williams with the rebound. Swiped at, nearly stolen away. Finds Tolson, Tolson to Schwarzman, tipped, Connor steals it. Gauss will flip it out to Hogg. Hogg briefly loses control, flips it to Gauss. Gauss drives, no good. Burden with the rebound, puts up a shot to Connor. Stolen away by Jones. Yearwood has it blocked partially by Waters. It goes out of bounds. Possession should stick with PG County. Schwarzman for 3. No good. Burden with the rebound. Takira Burden's gobbling up those rebounds so far in this game. Here's Waters. Back to Waters. Deep 2, no good. Rebound, Schwarzman. Schwarzman with the jumper. No good there. Rebound, Jones. No good. Rebound, Schwarzman. Finally connects, and it's an 11-point lead. Cardinals have only scored 3 points so far in this third quarter. It has been... Finding the basket has been difficult for them. Here's Waters. Flipping it to Burden. That's going to be a jump ball. Possession will go to the Cardinals. Into the game for Catonsville comes Nicaea Marshall. Into the game for the Owls, a new player we haven't seen yet, freshman forward number 30, Sonia Chofong. Inbounds pass to Gauss with an excellent behind the head. Excellent shot there by Gauss. It's back to a 9-point lead. Jones from 3. No good. Hogg with the rebound. Hogg will flip it out to Waters. Waters getting fancy here. Finds Hogg for 3. No luck. Marshall with the rebound. Goes to Gauss. Gauss flips it out to Waters for 3. No luck. And that's going to be a foul called on Waters as Williams went down hard. That might be a technical. Waters kind of... Yep, that's going to be a technical. Inbounds pass goes nowhere, stolen away by Gauss. Gauss racing down the court. Flips out to Marshall. Marshall puts up a 3-pointer, no good. No one's really been able to hit from 3 in this game. Hogg with the rebound finds Gauss. About 3 minutes, 35 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Gauss drives to the basket, is fouled. No luck on the basket. No luck on the shot. Two shots for Morgan Gauss. The score 37-28 with 3 minutes, 32 seconds to go here in the third quarter. As re-entering the game for the Cardinals comes Schwarzman. Excuse me, for the Owls comes Schwarzman. Shouldn't be too hard to get those two names mixed up. It is a battle with the birds, however. Gauss, no luck on her first shot. Cardinals have struggled with their free throws so far. No luck on the second for Schwarzman either, but Hogg is there to try and scoop it up, and a jump ball's called. Possession will go to the Owls. Inbounds pass goes to Schwarzman. Williams under attack from Hogg. Hogg getting snappy. And a foul's going to be called there on Nicaea Marshall. Excuse me, that was on Hogg. Inbounds pass, tipped, nearly stolen. No good. Connor with the rebound. Gauss again now. Calls out a play. Yearwood goes down as Waters dices through traffic, puts up a shot, no good, gets her own rebound, flips it to Gauss, fights for it, no good there. And possession will stick with the Cardinals. And good news, folks, re-entering the game for the Cardinals, Ethel Keys-Kamani, after going down hard with what appeared to be an ankle injury. Also coming into the game is Sydney Spence as Hogg and Connor head to the bench. So Kamani back in the game. Catonsville has definitely missed her presence. They immediately go to her. Ethel puts one up and gets one down. Just like that, it's a 7-point deficit. 37-30 in what's been a very low-scoring defensive battle between these two teams. Here's Yearwood. Drives, short. Kamani tips it up, and the rebound goes to Waters. Waters will find Spence. 18 seconds on the shot clock. About 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Catonsville looking for an opportunity. They go to Kamani. Kamani puts up a shot and is fouled. And Catonsville definitely feeling a sign of relief. Ethel Keys-Kamani making her presence heard as she re-enters the game after that brief injury. Already having drawn a foul and scored. Re-entering the game now for the Owls, Chofong. Two shots for Kamani. No luck. Second one, no luck either, but Gauss is there to scoop it up. Chofong instead gets the rebound, and then it goes back to Kamani. Spence finds Marshall. Marshall over the middle to Kamani. Under pressure, fouled again. That's two straight fouls drawn by Ethel Keys-Kamani, and she has a chance at redemption at the line. 37-30 the score. I'll tell you what, the Cardinals had a couple of open shooters there. But considering how spotty our shooting has been tonight, maybe it would have been best to get it to Kamani. Here's the first. No luck. That's 3 straight missed free throws by Kamani. You have to think that the 4th time has to be the charm. No luck there. 4 straight misses by Kamani. And the bench wants a travel called against Tolson. Tulsa converts a 9-point lead, and a timeout going to be called by PG County. A minute 37 to go here in the 3rd quarter. The score 39-30 in favor of the Owls. About a minute and a half to go in the 3rd quarter. The score 39-30 in favor of the Owls of PG County. Kamani fouled again. So will 3rd time be the charm for Ethel Keys Kamani? She's missed 4 straight free throws, but is now getting a 3rd chance. And if the basketball gods are truly kind, they'll allow her to make these 2. And as we just saw, folks, the basketball gods, turns out they are not cruel. 3rd time was the charm for Kamani there. She makes this one, it'll make it a 7-point game. No luck, so we stick at an 8-point deficit for the Cardinals with about a minute to go. As Schwarzman gets the ball stolen away by Spence, who loses control. Marshall was there to scoop it up. Good look. Gauss goes back to Marshall. Marshall drives, flips it to Kamani. Kamani out to Spence. Spence dicing through traffic and is going to be caught for traveling. Too many steps there. And the Catonsville bench says, oh, now you're going to call traveling. Still arguing that the refs missed one a couple minutes ago. We'll leave that decision up to you folks. Jones drives the basket and is going to be fouled by Kamani. Excuse me, that was on Nicaea Marshall, not Kamani. It's the 5th foul of the quarter for the Cardinals. Both teams have gotten into plenty of foul trouble. Jones, with her first, tips it in. Second, no good. Kamani with the rebound, but it's knocked out of bounds by Chofong. So here we go, 40-31 the score. With less than a minute to go in the 3rd quarter, what has been a very exciting 3rd quarter. A lot of twists and turns. Spence drives, finds Kamani, puts up a nice shot, got it! Ethel Keys Kamani makes it a 7-point game with 30 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. And now Catonsville getting back in there, trying to steal, and a travel called. Sorry about that, ball just rolled into my lap there, folks. A travel called against Tolson, and a chance here for Catonsville with 24 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter to put themselves in a great position heading into the 4th. 20 seconds to go. Spence with the ball. Catonsville has felt a sudden rush as Spence drives and one. No basket. Charge called against Spence. With 9.3 seconds to go, that could have been a momentum changer for the Cardinals. No luck. Tania Hogg entering the game for Catonsville to replace Spence. Good defense there by Waters. Waters and Hogg swiping at the ball. 5 seconds to go. Schwartzman trying to extend the lead. 1 second left. A shot got to get pulled up. No such luck. That'll be the end of the third quarter. The score 40-33 in favor of the Owls. But don't look now. The Cardinals feel a swing of momentum coming their way. We'll be right back with the start of the fourth quarter.
No, I could tell, like, they're starting to get heated.
I know. As soon as Ethel came back in the game after that ankle injury, like, you could feel
that completely, yeah, that completely changed the game.
We need her on the court because her presence is like, she is the big.
She was getting a lot of rebounds in the first half.
I know.
Particularly, like, offensive rebounds, actually.
Okay, 7-point game, 10 minutes to go.
Back and forth.
You want to make a statement, here it is. Oh, it's still playing. That's fine. All right. 10 minutes. Let's see if I can hopefully not accidentally or something. I haven't done that yet. I've come close, though. 10 minutes left to decide what has been a thrilling game so far, ladies and gentlemen. The score, 40-33 in favor of PG County, but there's been a massive shift in momentum. With the return of Ethel Keys-Kamani into the game for Catonsville, you can feel the momentum change. The Cardinals have pulled to within 7 points in a game that will decide who will be the top team in Region 20 standings. Number 1, PG County. Number 2, Catonsville. Marshall with the jumper. Got it! Nice see on Marshall. Deep pass out there, out of bounds. And slams into our table. No harm, no foul. Valaire couldn't haul it up. And just like that, it's a 5-point game, and the Cardinals have the ball right back. Here is Waters. And forgive me, folks, I got to stand up for here. Gauss for 3. No good. Kamani with the rebound. Ball almost stolen away, and a jump ball called as Kamani and Valaire were getting physical there with one another. Possession on that jump ball went to the Owls. And a foul going to be called here. I believe that was on Cache Waters. Schwarzman will inbound for the Owls. Schwarzman for 3. No good. Rebounds. Waters. Waters flips it out to Gauss. Gauss goes to Kamani in the middle. Kamani fighting through the paint, gets fouled again. That was a pretty vicious foul there by Tolson. And guess who's going to line to shoot 2 again? It's Ethel Keys-Kamani, who I think has taken more free throw shots in this second half than both teams combined in the first half. Kamani with 2. Sinks the first 4-point game. to make it a 3-point game. Kamani, no luck there. Gauss with the rebound, they're going to call it off. I think they're going to rule. The ref is saying, I believe the ref is saying that Catonsville jumped too early, that Gauss jumped too early. The Catonsville bench vehemently disagreeing with that. Score 40-36, 8 minutes, 58 seconds to go in the fourth quarter and the game itself. Still plenty of time, a lot of basketball left to be played. Anything can happen in this game that has definitely lived up to the billing in this clash, number 1 versus number 2. Jones with the ball. Under pressure. And I think they're going to rule that Jones stepped out of bounds. No. Timeout was called. Excuse me. Got a little ahead of myself there. Timeout called by Catonsville. Yeah. Well, folks, every so often, and while watching basketball or calling basketball, there's one of those games that you just can't sit down for, and that's this one right here. 40-36 the score with 8 minutes, 46 seconds to go coming out of that timeout. Catonsville on defense against a PG team that they've held in check most of the night, despite having trailed for most of this game. Schwarzman for 3. Got it. That was a big break for the Owls. 43-36 the score now. Not what Catonsville needed to see. They've been cold from three-point range all night long. Here's a chance for Waters. No good. Ball bounces up, and it's going to be a jump ball. No, foul. Foul's going to be called against Marshall. That's her second. Not what Catonsville was looking for right there. Yearwood will carry it up. Quick flips out to Valaire. No good. And a quick foul is going to be called. That foul was on Yearwood. (43-36). 7-point game. Waters from 3. No good. Schwarzman with the rebound. Schwarzman, ball knocked out of bounds. Possession should remain with... Yes, it will remain with the Owls. Chance of defense coming from Catonsville's bench. Valaire for 3, no good. Gauss trying to get the rebound and gets knocked to the ground. Foul is going to get called, I believe, on Jones. Worth noting that PG County has switched up their defensive strategy. They were playing man defense earlier as Gauss puts up a 3, no good. Rebound should have been Kamani, but a quick foul called on Kamani. Takira Burden now entering the game. She'll replace Kamani. As I was mentioning, as Jai Williams also enters the game for the Owls, replacing Kelsey Valaire. Defensively, early in the first half, it was man defense we saw out of the Owls, but they've moved over to more of a zone look here in the second half. This game has been quite low scoring, just 43-36. Williams couldn't wrangle that ball in, Turnover will go to the Cardinals. Gauss will carry it up court. Gauss flips it to Waters. Waters over the middle to Burden. Burden trying to find Glenn. Jump ball called. Possession should go to Catonsville. Gauss will inbound it. Gauss finds Marshall, puts up a floater, no good. Burden with the rebound, and the finish! Takira Burden makes it 43-38 with about 7 minutes to go. And now the defense trying to play good, almost got a steal there. Schwarzman for three, knocks it down. 46-38 the score, it's back to an 8-point lead. Catonsville just needs a couple of big shots and a couple of turnovers and they can tie this baby up. Waters, no good, falls directly into the hands of Schwarzman. Schwarzman finds Jones. Jones with the jumper, not enough power. Marshall covers it up. Marshall flips it to Gauss. Gauss driving to the basket. No good. Tolson with the rebound, and Tolson is called for traveling. Gauss will inbound it right under the basket. And Glenn stepped out of bounds there. Possession should go back to the Owls. And, Yearwood took a heavy shot down and is in some serious pain. We'll be right back, folks, as Ramaya Yearwood down in the corner. Landed pretty awkwardly on that leg. Trainers are out, checking her out. We have a timeout on the floor with 5 minutes, 57 seconds to go. The score 46-38 in favor of the Owls. Catonsville been playing catch-up all game long. The momentum kind of been swinging back and forth. The score may not have changed that much, but the momentum has gone all over the place. And the good news is, Ramaya Yearwood walking off the court. That's a good sign. Replacing Yearwood on the court, Kelsey Valaire, number 10. Owls will have possession with about 6 minutes to go. And a quick foul called there on Isaiah Marshall. Little slap happy with Jones. And another foul there called. This time is going to be on Cache Waters. And that one's going to cost Catonsville. As Tolson goes to the line to shoot 2. Sinks the first one. That'll put it to the deficit to 9 points for Catonsville. Second is good, and it's a 10-point game. With 6 minutes to go, Gauss to Marshall. Waters to Burden. Burden out to Glenn, to Gauss. Gauss sneaks through defenders, puts up a contested shot, knocked out of bounds. But possession will stay with the Cardinals. I think they're going to rule that was tipped out of bounds by the Owls. So Gauss will inbound it. Waters puts up a shot, got it! It's back to an 8-point game. Single digits, that's manageable. Here's Jones. No good, rebound Marshall. Catonsville needs a couple of quick points here and they can tie this thing up as we hit 5 minutes to go. Deep one from Waters, no good. Valaire with the rebound. Gauss trying to get in there for a steal, has to back off. And PG County's gonna call timeout. .48-40 the score with 5 minutes to go in what has been an excellent game of basketball. Both teams playing hard and aggressive. Physical play in the paint, lots of fouls, lots of turnovers. Catonsville, 8 points down. They can make up the deficit. They've benefited greatly from plenty of open looks by the Owls, resulting in 0 points. The Owls' outside shooters have gone mostly cold throughout this game, with the exception of Vanessa Schwarzman, who's knocked down a couple of major threes. And good news for anyone who was worried, Ramaya Yearwood appears to be ready to head back into the game after she went down with that apparent leg injury. All good here. We've had a couple of players go down with injuries, but nobody has been knocked out of the game. There was an earlier incident. Earlier we had that scary moment for Morgan Gauss. Ethel Keys-Kamani had that ankle injury, but came back and immediately made an impact. Now Yearwood back into the game. Schwarzman wide open, passes out to Williams. Williams, no good, rebound Waters. Gauss nearly lost control of it, wrangles it back in. Passes out to Spence. Spence finds Gauss. Gauss goes to Waters, and one! Cache Waters drives to the basket, nails a crucial shot, and now has a chance to make this a 5-point game. Waters sinks it, and it's a 5-point game. 48-43, 4.5 minutes to go. Hold on to your seat, folks. This one's about to get exciting. Traveling called against the Owls. It happened again. The Owls might have just had one of their star players just foul out. Yeah, that was a technical foul there against Janiah Williams. Cache Waters to the line. This could be big. No luck on the first. One more for Waters. Got it. Waters makes it a 4-point game. And Catonsville now with a chance to make it a 1-point game at the most, a 2-point game at the least. Waters will inbound it to Gauss. We're back underway. Spence got it! Sydney Spence knocks it down. It's a 1-point game. And Yearwood stepped out of bounds. Cardinals get the ball back. Four minutes, 10 seconds to go. Catonsville with a chance to take the lead, which they have not yet held in this one. Waters fakes the three, goes to Kamani. Kamani fouled! Ethelkees Kamani. Monty struggled a bit on free throws. If she makes both of these, Catonsville can get their first lead of the game. Got it! Tie game! One more, Catonsville should have the lead, and then it's up to the defense. Knocks it down! Catonsville, for the first time all night, has the lead, 49-48 with 4 minutes to go. Stolen away by Waters. The defense comes up strong. Waters might have gotten fouled, no call, ball knocked out of bounds, and possession should go to the Owls. Waters couldn't finish there. I could have sworn she got a shove from behind, but nobody saw it. That's not just bias, folks. That may have actually happened. Owls looking to respond. Shofong is fouled. Call is going to be against Gauss, it looks like. Yes, it was on Gauss, so Chofong will go to the line shooting 2. First one sinks it, that ties it up at 49. Chofong to give the Owls the lead. No good. Rebound Spence. Spence will find Waters. Waters back to Spence. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Gauss driving towards the basket. Charge is going to be called against Gauss. Owls will get another shot. Three minutes, 13 seconds to go. Game tied at 49. Ball stolen away, tipped away by Gauss. Kamani with the steal. And Catonsville, again, their crafty defense gets another steal. Glenn goes to Kamani. No basket there. I believe they caught Kamani for traveling there. Inbound pass knocked out of bounds. Waters was having none of that. Two minutes, 50 seconds to go. Another chance here for the Owls to inbound it. Inbounds pass goes to Schwarzman. Tolson charges and is fouled. Foul is going to be against Spence. As Amari McKnight enters the game for the Cardinals. Tolson connects on her first free throw. That'll give the lead back to the Owls, 50-49. Tolson makes it a 2-point game. McKnight charges, got it, tied it up. Amari McKnight ties it once again, 51-51. Schwarzman for the corner, knocks down a three. (54-51). Cardinals need three. Three-point shooting tonight has been pretty quiet. Waters goes out to Gauss. Gauss to Glenn. Glenn back to Gauss. Waters wide open. Deep three, no good. Glenn with the rebound. Glenn finds McKnight. Shot, no good. Rebound, Chofong. Under 2 minutes to go. And guess what? Tolson traveling again. Another chance for the Cardinals. McKnight will inbound it to Gauss. Gauss finds McKnight. Under pressure, McKnight out to Gauss. Gauss, no good on the shot. Chofong with the rebound. Schwarzman passes it back out to Tolson. Tolson charges, and a foul called on McKnight. Minute 20 to go. Tolson to the line, shooting two. If she makes both, they'll make it a 5-point game. Still a two-possession game at that point. Tolson nails down the first, so it's a 4-point game. Second, also down. 5-point game, 56-51. Catonsville needs to respond now, as we're at about a minute 15 to go. Waters loses control, stolen away by Jones. Jones puts up a shot and is fouled. Jones will go to the line shooting two, and with about a minute to go, Jones can make this a 7-point lead by knocking down both. A little wobbly on the first, but it's still in. It's Tanaya Hogg ready to re-enter the game for the Cardinals. Second, no good, so it remains a 6-point game. Knocked down 2 threes. Cardinals can tie it up. We have 1 minute to go in regulation. Glenn gets a pick from Kamani. Goes to Gauss, nearly stolen away. Gauss charges, puts up a floater. Got it! 4-point game, 49 seconds to go. Cardinals need a turnover. Almost got one there. Waters was all over Yearwood. Yearwood, 37 seconds to go. Shot, no good, foul. That foul was on Burden. With 27.6 seconds to go, Yearwood looking to try and put this one away. Yearwood 6 the first. It's a 5-point game. Second, no good. 26 seconds to go. Cardinals looking for a response. Gauss got it. Makes it a 3-point game. 18.4 seconds. Cardinals need a steal. Schwarzman flips it out. 15 seconds and a foul called. Glenn had no choice. 58-55. Tolson will shoot 2. If she makes 1, it'll make it a 4-point game, which could put it out of reach. First one misses. If this next one doesn't go good, all it will take is a nice 3-pointer to tie this one up and send it to overtime. Tolson misses. 13 seconds to go, and a quick timeout called by Catonsville. 58-55, 10.6 seconds to go. A 3-point play could tie this thing up, send it to overtime. Folks, this has been a wild and crazy game that has lived up to all the hype. 58-55, the current score. While we're in this timeout, quick look ahead for both of these teams. Prince George's County next plays Saturday on the road against Sullivan County Community College. Meanwhile, the Cardinals will have their first road game in quite some time. They've played. After 7 straight home games, the Cardinals will be on the road on Friday as they face Chesapeake College. Their next home game doesn't come until December 18th, the final game before the Christmas break against Lackawanna College. That'll be at 2 p.m. Eastern, right here at the Jack Manley Wellness and Athletic Center. Quick look at the stats right now. For PG County, Tori Tolson, 21 points, 10 rebounds. She's got a double-double. For Catonsville, meanwhile, Morgan Gauss, 13 points, leading rebounder has been Tykira Burden with 10. That's a new career high. Leading his sister, Morgan Gauss, with 4. So here we go. 1 3-point shot could send this thing to overtime. Waters will inbound. Both men's teams, the men's game is coming up right after this, have come out onto the sidelines to support. Waters needs a 3. Puts one up. No good. Rebound. Tolson. And that will do it. Waters misses what could have been a tying shot. The game is over. The final score, 58-55. PG County gets its 5th win of the season. Catonsville drops to 5-3 on the year. A spirited effort by the Cardinals. They come up just short. The final score, 58-55. We thank you all for joining us tonight. This was an excellent game. Definitely lived up to the hype. Be sure to stick around for the start of the men's game in just a few minutes. Once again, this has been Isaac Donsky wishing everyone a wonderful rest of your evening and a good night.